Okay, let's see if I'm centered up in here. Let's see how all this works here. Hopefully, I don't end up with a whole bunch of mess. Oh, wow. There's a whole lot of shiny stuff here and a gigantic forehead. Hmm. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me well. I've got both mics hooked up this time. All right, let's see here. Does my shirt look like it's correct? I think so. Yeah, early again. I figured I would shake things up a little bit. All right, so what's been going on? Chainsaw, you about got your executioner put up yet? Done? So, man, CSRTE down in Bushnell, Florida. Man, I tell you what, it was a pretty good time. Weather was perfect. Turnout was a little low. I think they could have did a little bit more advertising on this thing, to be honest with you. But awesome, man. Got the Fusion 8 fits the axial 3 gear. All right. Good deal. Who makes the fastest race 1/10 four-wheel drive buggy? I don't know. I like Techno. I know the Techno 110 EB 110. I forget what the term is for it, but that's a real fast one. But I do got to tell you, hopefully tomorrow's video with more of the executioner in there. Man, these things did so good. These were not the ideal tires for that place. They could have been a little bit better, and hopefully Enlightened RC can fix this problem soon. Enlightened RC, just hopefully he doesn't get mad at me here. But man, he has upped his body painting game to the top. I mean, he is really getting good. I keep asking him, I'm like, are you ready for me to like promote you and get people to call you? And he says, I'm busy enough. So let's see what he has to say here. My capper trying to finish the Jeep build. All right, Chainsaw, get that Fusion Pro in there, buddy. It is awesome. I've got this other one, which was the thumbnail of this. I did the assembly video for this right here. This right here is the first ever dig transmission. It's going to be hard to show you guys here. I've got my screen on here. Let me see how much of a delay I got. Apparently a lot of delay. But yeah, this transmission right here is going to be awesome, man. So yeah, got all of that. Let me see something here. I want to check something. See if I can do a little bit more than just this. All right. Well, I was actually doing pretty decent. The Hotline Performance transmission. Well, Enlighten, buddy, I will tell you this. If you're willing to do this, man, I would love to get you to paint everybody that I do because I am not a good painter at all. Yeah. Actually, you're going to have a stage killer body for Clayton to take care of here soon. Unless you have a stage killer body already, go ahead and do the paint job, and I'll just give you this one to replace it. Justin Polax, that's it. This is his transmission. Yeah, with the Vanquish VFD dig unit, and I've got a skid made to where this will fit the executioner. So you guys may want to stay tuned for that. I kind of want to build a whole nother truck, but I think for right now, I might just convert this guy over to it. This right here's got 28% over underdrive, all that. This right here's got 18, so it's going to add a lot of overdrive to this, a lot, or a lot of underdrive, depending on what you want to call it. Either way, but yeah, I got to give this a shot. Notice I'm running the Team Spec Holmes motor too. Let's see, LC Paul, what's up? I don't know, is Schumacher still a top name? It used to be a top name. Oh, speaking of Nitro Pimp, I am planning to be at the Orlando RCs for Cash or Cash for RC event. It's a big, gigantic swap meet. I'm planning to be there for that. Probably not going to be selling anything, but I'm going to be there, walk around, maybe drive my little scooter around, something like that. Uh, I'm not very good with shocks. I want to say I've got like maybe 30 weight in here. They're not dampened a lot, but you can tell there's some dampening in here. I want to say it's 30 weight, and I believe these are the soft springs front and back. I believe, to the best of my knowledge here, because I took them off of another truck and just put them on here and called it a day. I haven't really done much shock tuning, to be honest with you. Did you see it? Awesome. Man, I got to change that. A I'm kind of messed up on the video that I sent him to link up. I left insert text here thing. I messed that up on there. I had to get that out of my video quick, and I got to re-upload it specifically for him to change his video link. Tommy Tyson, what's up, buddy? Oh, what are gonna do? We shall hang out. Yes, sir. Studio setup looking good. Well, last live I had a fiasco where everything just dropped everything, even though my signals were perfect. So I ended up doing something kind of makeshift with this, and you guys said you like this a lot better, so that's why I drugged the table over and made this happen. So yeah. Paul, bring me nitros. Yeah, I got to bring you that bump box and that little bag of parts and pieces I've got around here that Clayton sent with that thing. Sled, man, Zombie Palooza. I can't wait to get up there for that, man. It's going to be awesome. And Sean said that he got the invite to go, but he ended up having a death in the family, and that's the weekend that they're going to do it, which is really a long time to be stuck in a freezer, isn't it? But I don't know. Luckily, I've never been dead before. So, is the sore buggy runnable as it is, or is it just too wore out? I mean, I don't know nitro, so I don't know. Only on the inside. See, Skeletor, what's up, buddy? Man, I want to do some sled pulling and stuff like that. I just haven't had time to work on my stuff. Like that the hauler I've got. I want to try to convert that into a sled pull or tug of war truck. I haven't been able to touch any of that. The motor's done. I'll tell you in person what was wrong with it. Let me guess. Was it the nitro part that was dead? I mean, probably is. Oh man, that 8x8. If I have room in my trailer to put the 8x8 in there, I will. I'm not sure if I'm bringing. I want to bring like the 8x8. I want to bring the Raminator, the Ram Bouncer, plus a couple canopies, plus all that stuff. But the good and bad. Oh, I believe it was user error. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with them things. But the good and bad about having that small little coffin of a trailer is it limits me on what I can take, but then again, it limits me on what I can take. Now, oddly enough, I can only drive one vehicle at a time, right? So, with that being said, it's just what it is. Now, I can load the trailer and then load the canopies and living items inside the car. When I get to this spot, put the canopies up, and then the car is clear. I could do that. I need a 1552 small size sled pull. We need an Arma Fury 223 motor. Yeah, see, Dude, I think it's a great starter combo for that thing. I haven't had a need to take it out. We should be able to see my Furies back here. Oh, yep, I see them. They are, hold up a second. Let me see this hand right here. All right, which one am I? Man, I'm looking at myself on here and it's messing me all up. It's going to be somewhere over there. I don't know. I'm messing myself because there's a lag in what I do here versus all that for what you're seeing. And it's actually about 10 seconds or so. It's messing me up. Oh, like 10 trucks. Oh, it can definitely haul some trucks. Speed needle is probably on your track somewhere. Really? That might be why it didn't want to idle, because I did have an issue with it idling. It did get a backflip though. Big game Joe. Dual stick with a truck on each and camera mounted on your forehead. I would like to get the FPV with the head tracking. I think that would be so cool. Yeah, I will open it Sunday, and I need to look at my calendar. I think this weekend we've got the 124 Florida Scale Nationals right here. I think the next weekend is Zombie Palooza. I think the weekend after that, I'm going to do a hardline comp, crawler comp, and we're going to be on the Nasty Rocks over there. Probably have some broken parts on that one. And then I think I've got another event I've got to go do. So it's going to be busy around here. Kevin Talbot, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you on here in a while. RC Broad has the head tracking. RC Broad or Brood? You just signed my primal. Bring your primal to the UK Monster National UK. I'll sign it. There you go. Hey, why don't we all just pack a trip and go to the UK, huh? I think that'd be cool. I want to take a magic marker and I want to sign on the tread of his monster truck tires, Exocaged. And after the event, I want to see that thing gone. I want to see nothing but black rubber. No more signage. I want him to burn it right off of there. Then I think that would be pretty cool. Chick has a nice 700 bones. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I may have seen her video too. Do it. Oh, I don't think Cletus's helicopter can make it that far. Heck, you would have to go all the way across country through Canada into Alaska, somehow make it through Russia to get on that side of the world, and then make your way over. Eggs, peas for breakfast. Things go bad and I can't make it to Florida before Axifest. I got to give you an engine for Nitro Pimp at Badlands for him. Okay. Sounds good to me. Heck yeah, buddy. So, let me get back to the competition. The Executioner. So, Bobby, who has competed literally 3 times, ended up placing 3rd in class 3, okay, with an Executioner. The second place, well, they all had this runoff, right? Because they were all 3 tied. Mike Place, I forget this other guy's name, but he was in a Capra, and then Bobby. Now, Bobby and Mike are both running Executioners, and was that in today's video or that tomorrow's video? I'm not sure. But regardless, they had a runoff, and Mike made up a climb that he was only the 3rd person in the state to make it up with an Executioner, and he won the comp. So how about that? Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, buddy. I couldn't let you have a messed up link on there. I had to send you a set of new ones, man. I had to. V2 chassis. Good question. I hope the chassis are here this week. Supposedly they've shipped. Um, let me see. You know, Clayton, that's not a bad idea. I wonder if he could put it on 8S and make it fly. The world's first 8S executioner. He would probably break the chassis on this thing. I think I think Kevin can get it done. But what I've done to it is this area right here, okay? These are at an angle and the bracket, the mount is vertical. So I moved the holes where they're all in line so it's easier to have elevation change and adjustment on this. And there's another set of holes up higher now. So you can use a 5mm longer shock. I know trying to find short shocks to work has been a little bit of a pain, so I'm trying to alleviate that a little bit. But yeah, this is the biggest change right here. I did add a little bit of material on the back side right here, like maybe a millimeter of material. I also added, I think, 1 or 2 holes right here for more adjustability. So other than that, I mean, it's the same chassis, just a little bit of, because as I get feedback, you know, this, that, I take notes of all that stuff. So I want to have the best possible chassis I can produce, and let's do it. You know, I want to have the best possible chassis out there. Let me see what you guys are doing here. OG 8S is for most motors. Oh, let me see here. Nitro Pimp, no doubt on that. Max Paul, yeah. Did you see Crawler Connection number 3 video yesterday? It climbed everything he tried on. I did not see his video on that. So cool. It climbed everything he tried it on. I'm not gonna say anything crazy, but I've heard that from a lot of people. You look at the truck and you're like, okay, it doesn't have the, you know, crazy forward skid way up here. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have, you know, 10 inches of clearance there. But what it does have is this. That skid is, oh, and also the steering. That skid, I really think that this skid may in fact change the game. I hope it does. I hope to see other versions come out, because I think that if other chassis manufacturers put their spin on this chassis, I think that's kind of cool, honestly, you know. Not getting mad, not any of that mess, you know, but I think it'd be cool to see what they could do with their version of this. And I just think it would be cool to see. If this does change the game, would that make me an OG of crawling? Would that be cool or what, man? That would be like the ultimate, you know? So, and I've tried to get my own truck built by other manufacturers for like a year now. None of that has worked out. So, if you want the job done right, you got to do it yourself. And that's the way it's always been for me. And I will tell you, I've messed up a lot more than I've succeeded. That's a fact. Joe, us Nitro guys will eventually flood your live. There is one Nitro out there that does have my attention. And it is a buggy. I think it's the Losi Nitro buggy. For some reason, that one has my attention. The problem with anything Nitro here is my sandy terrain, my sandy stuff. It's either sandy and sticky or sandy and dusty. Either way, there's a lot of sand there. And that's a big deal for Nitro stuff, at least here. We're doing the skids on the Creality or the Bamboo. The skids are being done on the Bamboo P1Ss. You impressed enough that I'm about to sell my Element. Mad Jack, buddy, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have a fleet of these things. And I'm working on a Class 1 skid, but I made a mistake and shipped that out to somebody, and Found out it didn't work at all. I sent him, I think, a whole set of rails, skid, everything, because I'm like, man, I messed up on that pretty bad. Kenneth, I really don't think it needs more angle on the skid. There is something I can do to it though, that I think I can simulate more angle. But I really don't think it needs more angle, to be honest with you. You should hurry up and file a patent. South Florida, I don't want to stifle innovation. I don't want to stifle anybody from making something better and moving forward. Just like the rules at Sorka, all you get is no, 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 no. I want to have a whole bunch of yeses. So, Robert, you are an OG. Thank you. I hope to climb the ladder, buddy. Built like a bulldog, power, weight up front, drag the back. Well, the back axles on these things are called drag axles, and this right here is doing good. I mean, heck, that drag skid, I've got them in the. I need to just take some time off of video and all that, and just sit back on the computer, maybe tonight, and work on the AR-45 skid and work on the F10 skid. I've also got a Capra axle. Brad, I have his whole executioner here. He has a Trial Capra axle in the back, and I'm working on making a skid for that as well. So I got to get that done by Zombie Palooza, because that's when I get to turn that back to turn that over to Brad at that point right there. The 8T, I kind of want the buggy though. Oh, you noticed the Boom Racing. I'm going to need that at the end of March. Paul King, hopefully he gets better. He is very sick right now though. Thank you, Daddy Daughter. Jim's RC, yeah, wallet's good. Thank you, Jims. I appreciate that. Rotating stand on the table with a car on it. Yeah, but I want to have a rotating stand with a raminator on it. That's what I want. That is something I'm working on, Dan. The problem are those two little bolts that come out the bottom, the ones that hang you up on everything. They're so low that it's really gonna make the design look a little odd, I think, to try to get around that. So that's my biggest holdup, are those two bottom bolts. It's kind of a pain to work around them things, to be honest with you. Maybe I can get a set of longer bolts and just incorporate that into the skid, have the bolts go through there and hold it on. I don't know. Well, isn't there, pull those mics up in and close. Okay, Nitro Pimp. I got this right here. Are they, see, modern day MacGyver? Is this closer? Is this good? Or should I put them a little bit further away? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm waiting. Way better? Really? No way. That's way too much. That's loud. I figured it would be. Let me see here. I don't think I can do it here. On the receiver, I can actually turn them up a little bit. Red cap behind you, mini fusions to fit. I've seen that before, where the mini fusions fit in there. I've seen that. Mike Poirier, thank you. What tire is that next to my laptop? This is a Rupture 2.2. That's what this is. I've been requested to make an insert for this. Inside of this insert, or inside of this tire, is an insert for these right here, the big 2.2 Baja Pro X, and it's loose. Maybe it's okay on the width, but this is a bigger tire than the Baja Pro X. I mean, and it's a different profile, and the bead area is also different. So I've got to completely start from scratch with this insert right here. I got an idea on how to do it as well. but it's something I've got to work on the best I can. All right, let me see here. Kevin Talbot, distortion. When I had it up close, yeah, be within 12. Well, they're about 12 inches away right now. Executioner crawl at Zombie Palooza. Jason, do we have enough? I'm all for it, man. How many executioners are going to be at Zombie Palooza? I'm all for it. I also want to do a executioner crawl at Axial Fest. And I don't care whether you have axial axles on there or not. At least I can hear you, all right? Cookie monstering, way better. You're of advanced age. I'm older. I'm not advanced yet. I mean, I like to think I'm into tech and stuff, but I'm not advanced. Guillemon going to be able to bash? Yes. But it's going to really bash the Guillemon, you really need a castle system in there, something that's really going to sling that thing around. Just being honest with you. Ooh, got a good one there. Getting my Verse Vanquish truck tomorrow. Mike Poirier. Well, oh, yeah, which one? Making inserts for the Voodoo KLR MTX. Kenneth, honestly, I just don't want to mess with anything from '06. Robbie, what's the new transmission and skid you came up with? This transmission is not mine, but this right here is an LCG transmission and it has dig on it. So pretty darn awesome here. I got to get myself into this mode here so I can get everything right. Let me see, was it top line? Hotline. I got to keep getting hotline. I keep getting hot and top confused, but this is the hotline ODD. So it's got everything, and with the Vanquish VFD dig, you get a dig unit on it. I've got a brand new skid for this to fit into the Executioner. I'm hoping to have it in my Executioner tonight. I've got a Crawlmaster Mini V3 by Holmes to put in this thing as well, so we'll have to see. And I believe I've got everything to work with the servo in the proper location. Didn't have to relocate any of that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I kind of want to build a whole nother Executioner, but I'm down to one red pink carbon chassis right now. And that was just actually purchased by a guy in the UK. So he really wants this last red one that I've got. So, and then I'm waiting on my new order to come in. The first Yo dudes getting the 410 Phoenix. Okay, the 410 Phoenix is good. Rift axles on the Helimon on 6S letter 8. You know what, Clayton? I don't think it needs the Rift axles. I think these axles are plenty good enough. Hang on. Whoa. I'm telling you guys, I got to watch out. My floor is super rolly, smooth, and this seat will shoot out like you ripped a big one and shot it like a rocket. But I'm going to tell you, these axles, they are beefy. They are really beefy. They are every bit as wide as the Vidavon Rift portals. So, I mean, different design, obviously, but this is a stout truck. It really is. It absolutely is. I'm happy with it. So, and with the Fusion 8 in there, it's actually really nice. Just are you going to load test new Beekeeper ESC? Waterproof. I put most of the rock in the creek for Zombie Palooza. Well, Tommy, if they want to put them in the water, they can go right ahead. But I'm not a water guy. Waterproof. Are you going to load test the 3 brother? You know, I saw the Beekeeper ESC on Facebook, and I need to come up with a way. And I was building this before I left my job. It was a dynamic load, as in the harder the motor drove, the more resistance was on the other side, almost like a water dyno. The more you try to push the water, the more it resists, kind of a thing. Well, basically, it was a large brush motor with the terminals connected. So the more it tries to turn, the harder this one tries to brake. Because with a brush motor, all you're doing is connecting the motor wires together. That's all you can do with a brush motor for hold on brake. Now, there is a more advanced way, and it takes a really nice ESC to do it, but you can actually have ESCs that can read the resistance and actually put an active hold almost like FOC on a brushed motor. It is possible. I have seen it, and but the vast majority of us, we just have simple brake ESCs. And the more RPMs you try to put into it, the more resistance it gives you. So that was what I was working on, but I never completed the project because I wanted to do dynamic load tests on motors, ESCs. I wanted to test timing, how many amps, like say a Castle motor or a Castle ESC, you set the timing up differently. I wanted to see the amount of amp draw and all that different. So I was working on all that, but I never finished it. 30 airplane. Hopefully I get it for the original price. Yep, everybody's bumping those prices up for right now. I got a feeling they're going to come back down though. Don't worry. I got a feeling it's going to be temporary. I'm just editing it. Pretty sure I can destroy more RCs than Kevin. I don't know, Clayton. You did destroy the top gear out of a Gorgon, which I've never seen before. Does it float right side up? I have no idea. Long jump record without braking. Pat, I will tell you right now, Raminator long jump, as long as it lands flat and you don't bounce around and cartwheel, dude, it'll take it. It'll absolutely take the jump, no problem. Corner landings, you start popping your rod ends or your heim joints and all on there. You start having issues with that. But if you've got your suspension tuned, I'm not bragging, but my Raminator lands really good. And I need to take those pistons out, put my pistons in. I need to do all that. But then I'm like, man, it jumps so good like it is, you know? So I kind of want to keep it, but I also want to put my pistons in and verify that as well, you know? Best upgrade tires for the Arma Gorgon. I think I did a video a while back with the Upgrade RC. They've got some nice tires for the Gorgon. Exo sticker on the laptop over the HP. You know, that's a good, oh man. You know, for a while there, all the orders came with that big Exocaged sticker. Well, the guy that I was getting my stickers from finally gave me the good old scam job. And that would be Max Custom Printing. Finally gave me the good old scam job. After like 2 years of him being consistently late on everything, finally got scammed out of $100. All right, so now I'm going with Sticker Mule, and I've got 750 of them on the way for less than what he was charging. Yep, I will find another way. Yeah, in fact, tomorrow, if you watch tomorrow's video, there is some Primal Raminator in that. Gila Monster video coming up. Well, I want to put these tires on mine, but I got to put the regular foam back in it to make that first video, but it'll happen. 47 feet max. Pat, they can jump further than that. You just got to be able to somehow manage to keep them straight. and then to keep the tires on the wheels, to not have them expand like this and then start flopping around, and then you end up cartwheeling, and then axles start flying, wires get ripped, and hopefully your batteries don't short, or if you wouldn't have that much speed in a gas one. But yeah, that's when things start getting crazy. My next event at the Exoplex, I think on the 15th or 16th, we're gonna do a hardline crawler comp. But this weekend we got the 124, 118 Florida Nationals or something like that. I got to look at it. I'm not running the event, I'm just hosting it. Primal shock update. What to be good for upgrades for the Phoenix? Well, the Phoenix shocks are going to leak. Might want to just look at getting some new shocks for that. Like, I'm not sure what to tell you, really. I kind of got rid of my Phoenix before they leaked out all the way. Yeah, in my V1 or my V2 bouncer, I'm running 650 CST oil in it. And man, they work good. At just sitting here, it would be like there's no dampening, none. But then when you jump it and all that fluid has to go through that piston, that's when you get the dampening. So if you'll notice a lot of raminators right out of the box, man, you get them, man, they'll flow. Oh man, it's so good. But if you watch when they land, dude, that especially the front suspension, it does not compress. And like at Hydrolocks, the only compression you have is the tires. So yeah, you really got to work on your suspension. And it took me quite a while to get mine right. I had videos where I could show progression, getting to it. I mean, I have a whole video series on that stuff if you look for it. So that I can watch you horizontally. Well, I'm glad you can too, Abe. Whenever Kevin gets here, man, you have full access to everything I got here. So if he wants to put one of his lives on, he can sit right here and do whatever he needs to do. I'll go inside and work on inserts or some kind of printing device or something. Yeah, we can definitely keep all that rolling. Will we see a friendly influencer build off with Exo and Talbot this year? If we, I do kind of want when I get these other Executioner chassis, Kevin, I might send you one. Are you interested in building a serious comp crawler, scale crawler? I mean, if you're interested in really building that, I think I can work something out and get you a kit over there. The cars in the back, no, they're not my entire collection. This is probably 1/3. I still have a lot of vehicles inside. Okay, Kevin, let me get all my stuff in, and I will hook you up with a kit and all that. I'll see if I can find all the essentials that you know how like when you build something, you got this right here, you put it together, it costs you $500. By the end of it, you have just this, but now it's $800. It's like, where'd that $300 go? It's all the little bits and pieces, bolts and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to make sure that you're all set up, Kevin. There's just a simple install. I might be able to put a little bit of it together, but packing and all that, you'll have some assembly. But I'll make sure to get you something. The one white scale truck looks lonely. Yeah, that will be used at the end of March exclusively. As in, that might be one of the only trucks I take with me for that event. Man, I want to say I've got somewhere around 150 RCs, I think. I mean, you're only seeing this. You're not seeing the wall over there of RCs as well. You're also not seeing the 8x8 that's up there. shot themselves. The one with the white scale shot. A lot is only 1/3. UK, USA. Okay, Kevin. Can you make it to Axial Fest, Attica, Indiana? If you can make it to Axial Fest, Attica, Indiana, I will bring you a full RTR Executioner, and you can take it home with you. It's in June. It's in June, Attica, Indiana, Axial Fest. So that would be cool. The U2 Invitational Build Off and Comp Crawl. See, we can do all that at Attica. I mean, there's so much at Attica we can do. In the pit and all that. I'm gonna try to. I got to get a hold of Axial Fest, the guys that run it, and see if I can use my little electric scooter to go back and forth to the pit. It'll be a lot better than riding the back of that trailer in all the dust. Look at that, Kevin. You now have a room. Look at that right there, buddy. We'll get you taken care of. Would the axle from the buggy on my left fit the axial rift to lower the gear ratio? Yes. Yes, it would. When this truck comes out and all these parts start becoming available, I'm pretty sure these will bolt into a rift. Links might be an issue. These are really wide out here. Let's see here. Oh boy. All right. No, I think we might be okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm about to lose it. I tell you, this chair, it moves. I got to put some carpet down here. Whoop, whoop. All right, let me see here. No, they got the same. It's a different pattern for the links and all, but I believe they will go right on. I believe these axles will bolt right onto a rift. And they are, that's interesting. I thought they were wider than the portals. They are the same width as the rift axle. Same width. See if I can show this here. You're looking at hex to hex. They are actually the same width as the rift. That's pretty awesome to see. The links will go onto it. So yeah, you can rift axle the Guillemot or Helaman axle the rift. That will work. That's interesting right there. I thought it was wider like the portal that I have up here. Be careful with that chair. All right, get these down. Ooh. This is the Vitavon portal. You can see the width difference right there. Hopefully you guys can zoom in on this and look at this. So yeah, that's interesting that they're the same width as the stock capper axles. I didn't expect to find that, to be honest with you. I really did not expect that. But I've got another idea, and I mentioned it on the live with Operation 11 Charlie. I'm kind of thinking, what if I found a way to make a skid plate for this thing that would actually work with the Executioner chassis? Obviously, it would be new links, possibly bent links here because of the angle. Looks like it's about maxed out from the factory, so that's not really a good thing for making a forward skid. Unless I move the links out, and you do that, then you end up with other issues, stuff like that. But I don't know. But if I did, The J Concepts F250 tuck body would be the choice because it's a good long body. We can open up the fender wells all the way out like that. So kind of something I've been kind of pondering. I think there's enough room I can eliminate in the middle of this to bring it tight like what I do. Let me see here. Yeah, I've not pulled the tape off. I haven't had a bit of issue with it. With the actual left. We'll make that dude just about to move houses once I'm started. Yeah, like I say, send me some more addresses and I can go check it out for you, Kevin. Save some minis again. Yes, sir. Also running a Deluxe Mod 2 with a Hobby Infusion, 2-in-1 inside of a capper. If it fits, do it. Will the Helimon need the 99 micro or the S55 for the ASD? Looks like a 99 micro. It's got the SX117AX servo in it from the factory. Looks like the 99 micro to me. I understand. As much as you got. Joe and Clayton, we must board a plane 2 weeks after sending a shipping container. Bucket list is to get Kev to sign my Talbot Primal. Whew. Now, that would be cool, wouldn't it? If you're lucky, income tax and property tax will go away. Pat, dude, I saw that. Man, I hope DeSantis can get that done because he's right. I mean, you buy a home and you pay it off, you're still paying taxes on the value, and they love to jack the value of the home up because they get more money in taxes. So that would be phenomenal, man. So, Kevin, should we let everybody know when you finally get scheduled here so they can send a bunch of stuff and just let you sign autographs for about a day and a half? Got the OD3 in my Exo so I can make some drive shafts. Nice. Yeah, I use the cheap cut drive shafts off of Amazon. $20, cut them to length, and you're done. And we might have a helicutioner. Yeah, I think I could do it. And honestly, I don't have a set of rails out here, but I had the rails up to it, and the rails actually aren't too far off. And if you were to build something with this, you really wouldn't be building it for like you would for a class 2 or something like that. You'd be building it to be just this massive, nasty crawler monster. So you really don't care about chassis at the axle length and all that. I think I can make it happen. And I'm currently in a good position to make it happen. I just got to get on the computer and come up. I think I've already mapped out the bolt pattern for the transmission and all that anyway. I hate my tax setup here at Sylvia. I'd move in a second. You own the house, but really you're still renting it. That's a fact, Kevin. And here we have this thing that's virtually impossible to get. And this was the only way to get out of Texas is to get what's called an elodial title. But it's almost impossible to get because you have to be surrounded by other people, paid off homes, paid off everything, and it's virtually impossible to get. But the elodial title would actually make the land yours, as in like you're the president, you're the secretary, you're the governor. It'll be yours, as my understanding of the elodial title, and it's virtually impossible to get. Right? On the drive shafts, Pat House, you buy a home in Florida, they charge you for CDD fees. Community Development District fees are $500 a month in most. Well, Torpedo, why would there is 0% that me, I'll never live in one of those communities. Um, I don't think that would be what he would be wanting anyway. Where I'm at, there is no fees like that where I'm at. None. Well, my homeowner's insurance is about 3,500 a year right now. Thor 2.0, that could be it. Dude, HOAs, man, cannot stand them people. The ODD transmission is plastic. It looks like a really, really high-end print job, to be honest with you. A really high-end print job. It's really nice. Property taxes depends on the value of your property. I I don't know what to tell you. I gotta look at mine, and I can send you some information on that. But yeah, see, we don't have any CDD fees where I'm at. I can tell you that right now. Not here in Clay County, at least not on my road or anything like that. I've never even heard of a CDD fee, whatever that is. Okay, for a baller house, taxes are very, very complete on property value, a municipality where you reside. Yeah, because I don't have any of that stuff here. Like 15 miles from Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, 15 miles from Mar-a-Lago, dude. Come on, man. You're down there where the rich guys hang out. Ladies are decent on the beach. Okay, I do got to tell you this. The problem is, eh, you really, no. That sounds so bad. But let's just say that more of them are rounder than you want. Palm Beach billionaire. Yeah, I see. There is a toll road here, but the toll road, there are roads all the way around it. It's like, don't take the toll road. Um, and I have never taken the toll road here where I'm at. There's only one. For 18 acres, Tennessee, no state income tax. Yep. Did I miss something in the chat? Are you moving to USCA? That would be pretty cool. And the brisket is top 5 still. High calorie women do stand high calorie. that's a good way of putting it. Florida is a land of the fat chicks. We have our fair share. Yep, 2 to 3 acres, monster truck workshop, small house. Perfect. Your shop may be bigger than the home, which is, man, there was this place I went to. It was like a weird looking dome, like something you would see in Star Wars. But the entire first floor was nothing but RC shop, nothing but truck shop. Had bays all in there. I mean, the dude was like a mechanic, like you wouldn't believe. The entire first floor was nothing but bays and engines and building all kinds of things. The second floor was the living quarters, and dude, it was nice. I did not expect that when I walked up those stairs. It was really nice though. Let's see. The developer of a community gets a huge loan to prep water, sewer, electric, then make home buyers pay it. I don't have any CDD. I'm on well water. I've got my own septic, all that stuff. I'm not on any of that. Be close to a skate park. We do have a skate park. It's about 30 minutes away, maybe 40. It's in Orange Park. I've went there once or twice, but there's always been skaters out there. Granted, it was after hours when the kids are out of school, so maybe if I go during the day when everybody's at work and everybody's at school, then maybe I can get in there, but I just haven't done it. Hmm. Dude, you're in Idaho. You gotta have at least 10 acres here in North Idaho. How can you not have 10 acres or more in Idaho? Isn't it just vast areas? You know, Kevin, when you talk about the house next door to the Exoplex, you know, I'm I might need to message you about this, but there is a piece of property right next to me that they've contacted me about purchasing. It's 5 acres. The only thing is, it doesn't have much road frontage and it goes like this. But the acreage is actually decent, but everything on it would have to come off. And I'm thinking about buying that just to keep it woods so that the other guy doesn't get it, clear it. Now I have homes on the backside of my track, which I really don't need that kind of action. Don't need that at all. But there is a piece of property that is available, but you would have to new build everything on it. The skate park is off of Kingsley Avenue in Orange Park. Property prices. Kelly, what's up? Keep the rubes out. Lots of open range and public land here in Idaho. I imagine so, man. Washington State isn't any different, though. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, there is, for you to make that work, you would have to purchase the property. The way it's set up on the road, you would have to clear that, and then you would have to set your home back on the property because of the way it's skinny at the front. And you would have to work your way in there, but you would literally be right next door to me in the Exoplex. I mean, you would literally be right there. So I'll have to message you about that because they were working with me on a deal because they kind of want me to buy it to keep the other guy from getting it, if that makes any sense. But it's something we'll have to message about and talk about. But the price is actually pretty reasonable. It's enough that I can afford it. So, you know. Too much California money. Steel shop installed, 125K. House, 200K. Assorted. Yeah, you're in the ballpark, Pat. You're in the ballpark for that. And make the skid to mount with the ODD transmission. Yes, I've got the skid, and I'm hoping to have that installed tonight in my Executioner. So if I can get that into there, I've got a 99 micro. It comes with a horn and all that. So if that's the case, tomorrow I will actually be able to drive the first Executioner in the world with a working dig. So maybe. But yeah, Kevin, we'll have to message about that so I can fill you in on that property. That is something that's recently came up about maybe 3 weeks ago. They said they're not in a rush to sell it, but yeah, I think we need to talk about this because I think we can make it work for you. I think so. Yeah, I think we could work something out. In terms, we all understand how many raminators does it cost? How many raminators does it cost? Depends on how much your raminator is. See, clearance with a servo arm at full compression. You're talking about mine, as in currently? I can try. There's a lot of lag here between what I'm doing, but on mine, the way mine is set up, the servo, okay. This is not going to work out, I don't think. Here, let's see if that's going to play out here. I'm trying to get up there. No, you're not going to be able to see it much. But the servo horn actually comes up in front of the receiver. And the servo is actually above the base where the receiver is. The horn. Hopefully you can see that a little bit there. If you drop 600K, you would be balling and have a nice house. Dude, if he throws down 600K here in Middleburg, oh, he's the new big guy. Well, there is one guy here that's a really successful dude, and he's the one trying to buy up all the land. So that's a guy we got to keep it away from, to be honest with you. I mean, not saying anything bad about the guy. He has a tractor. He gets out there and, takes care of the road. I mean, he puts in his time and all that. Kevin Talbot, I totally agree with you on the spiders. Rarely do I have any issue with spiders here. Now, if you happen to go out into the woods, out there, like really out there into the woods, there are banana spiders out there during that season. Like right now, it's perfect. You can walk out there all you want. You probably won't even get snake bit. So, but yeah, there are no gators here that I know of. The ants will tear you up. But I have seen many years ago, I had a dog and he got loose and he happened to have the collar and leash on him. And he went back there and he got stuck, the leash, and it was choking him. I grabbed my weed eater, which had a saw blade on it, and I took off into the woods. I'm not going to lie. I'm not lying when I tell you this. It went from like daylight to almost dark because the property next to me doesn't drop off like mine does. Not anywhere near. You actually have a good property over there. Or you have good property. We don't know yet. But mine drops off and it gets pretty deep. I got to them, but I'm going to tell you what, I was legit scared. The reason was there were some banana spiders as big as this tire back there. And I'm sitting here with this saw blade on a weed eater, and I'm literally swinging at them like a crazy guy, like George of the Jungle or something here. And I'm like cutting these things in half. I did save my dog. I did. But as far as like the clearing in the property, I've never had an issue. Out in the woods, out there in the nasty, there could be an issue. So that could be an issue. But yeah, I think we'll be all right though. I think we'll be okay. Let me see. What is this? Oh, it was a little bit scary. But like I say, I don't have there's nothing major up here. Every now and then you'll see one or two out here, but just the small, like a little tree spider. I just grab a stick and I zip the web up and chunk them back into the woods. So I do have a transmitter here to show you guys. This is a Mias transmitter, okay? Very unassuming. I've messed with it a little bit. This thing is 10 channels. The layout isn't that bad. I'm not exactly sure how, the programming seems to be basic. It's kind of reminiscent of a Furatech radio as far as the button layout. But I do want to get into this a little bit. It's actually pretty neat. It's real easy for one-handed driving, especially if you got tiny thumbs. You can totally work this. So it's actually a pretty neat radio. I need to do something with that. The receiver is kind of huge. It's a 10-channel receiver. Why anybody would need 10 channels on a crawler, I have no idea. Maybe I'll put this in that white boom racing truck. Ah, who knows? But that is something I get to mess with here soon. You know, the Isle of Man in the UK, you can go anywhere into the deepest woods and nothing will get you. Well, Kevin, I can honestly tell you that is not the case here. Got to get that out of my feet here. That is not the case here. And David Pig, you are correct. The most dangerous thing about a banana spider is me hurting myself running away. Yes. I've never seen a monkey around here. I get big hobo spiders sometimes in my house. I'm not sure what a hobo spider is. The most dangerous thing, you know, when the new Fly Sky transmitter went up, I don't know anything. I don't have any contacts with Fly Sky. I don't know what to tell you there. What's a barking brown? I don't know what that is. I guess another kind of spider. The boom racing rig was supposed to be painted, yes, but as you can see, it never happened. Nitro Pimp is correct. They almost never die from it. Now, yeah, typically, no. I've never been bitten by a spider that I know of. I've been stung by a few scorpions though. But that was years ago. I was literally laying on a piece of plywood underneath my truck working on, I don't know, maybe it was a suspension or something. I built a full suspension for my real truck and all that stuff way before I messed with RC. I don't know that I've ever seen a black widow here. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a black widow spider here. Getting some static from your mic. Okay. Let me see here. Everything looks good. Batteries are good and charged. There we go. We'll leave it like that. All right. So, anyway, let me see. We did some sand drags at Cotton's. We did the crawler competition, which Executioner got the win on that. Oh, the very next day after Mike went up that climb, because now we're going all the way back to that. I did it 4 times with mine. So yeah, we pretty much conquered that climb. You have black widows everywhere here. Where is here, JD's RC? Now they say that the black widow will kind of rot your skin underneath. Arkansas has them all. I don't want to go to Arkansas. I want to print one out, but it's a whole new experience. I've never printed out. Oh man, New Mexico. Okay. I've never printed an entire body. I've just printed parts and fabricated things and had them magically appear on the printer bed. So no, I've not messed with that. See, I've never seen an alligator here. Now, there is, I want to say around Ocala, if you guys look up, Gator Boys Chris, Bellowing Acres, supposedly, I think it's about 2 hours away from here, maybe closer. When he opens that park up, it's a animal sanctuary with all kinds of gators and crocodiles and all kinds of birds. When he opens that up, I'm going to visit. I am absolutely going to visit. Brown widows are very nasty. My wife got bit by one. Ew. When I was in Vegas many years ago, I didn't see any spiders either. But then again, the grass was fake as well. I believe every bit of grass that I saw was AstroTurf. I mean, you're in the desert, you know? You guys actually have spiders in Canada? That's amazing. I didn't think you guys had any of that. Oh, tarantulas. I don't want to mess with a tarantula. I have seen them things, and every time I see them, I picture like the old Godzilla movies where they did the stop animation, and it just scares me to death. All right, Chainsaw's got his drive shafts made. Oh, yeah. How many? 30, 79 people? 77 watching? Yeah. I used to live in DeLand next to Ocala, Joe. Okay. I've been to DeLand once or twice. Been to Ocala a bunch. Finally got a new sauce called ketchup. It's spicy. Ooh, we got all kinds of ketchup here. Thanks for great customer service and sending me out the upgraded chassis. Yes, sir. Monster Jam World Final Stadium had lots of grass. That was probably like, well, I would say that was big money separate, but the casinos are big money too. Was it real grass? Camel spiders. Well, watch one catch kill you. The mouse. Yeah, I can imagine. Grass is usually not the only fake things in Vegas. Most women are. Dude, I will tell you this. Oh, I would never touch a tarantula. No way. I can tell you this about one thing in Vegas. At least when I was there, they always had them people, man. They had these little business cards. They had this little pop. They would pop them, and I was just collecting these business cards, man. I'm like, yeah, yeah. My wife got so mad. Why are you collecting all them? I'm like, look at it. See? Yeah, I didn't get to bring any of them home. Iguanas like that. We do not have an iguana problem here. No. Yeah, I would not hold any kind of spider on purpose. If I'm holding a spider, it's because I don't know it's there. Yeah, wow, we just left RC and went right to spiders, huh? Yeah, I do think we have brown recluses here. I think I may have seen one years ago, but it's not like I've got them everywhere that I know of. Hold a spider or get an exo tattoo. I don't want a tattoo. I will hold a spider in a bag. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We don't have a spider problem in here. Yeah, dude. No. No spider issues or anything. One of the biggest things is just don't let the trees and stuff grow up against your home. You're good to go, man. Yeah, I've never had a spider issue in my home ever. And I've been here since 1995. So, James, I do. Two spider tattoos. And I may never swim in the water. The water's not too bad. The beach is right there. Tries to go back to RC. I know. I'm trying to get back into the RC. Do I have a Jado? Courtney, I do not. You got bit in the face by a brown recluse. If I woke up and there was a massive one next to me, I would die of a heart attack. Oh, yeah, for sure. I've never had that happen out here. Man, Pat, it just seems like Traxxas is not innovating anymore. It's like they got their lineup and that's it. I mean, Arma, Axial, these guys are actually creating new vehicles, which I think is really awesome, you know? The one that so many people are crying about, the Helamon over there. Dude, I love it. It's a whole brand new platform to build off of. Bouncer that's in front of me. No, sir, that is not the Ram bouncer at all. That is just a rift. with a cage from Travis Vance, who builds the Monster chassis. Do I have any Mias Capra axles in stock? Currently, no. I'm trying to order like 30 sets of these things, though. I haven't noticed my TLR leaking. Okay, those are normal right there. I don't even have my TLR out here. Huh. I guess I need to bring it out here. We need an X-Max size bashable solid. Buddy, I've been asking for that for 2 years. Like everybody. I'm like, dude, give us a solid axle truck that's reasonably cheap, easy to fix, bashable, that solid axle. Man, I would love to see that. And if Traxxas did that, they would probably get my money. Well, Black Widows do like those kind of spots. What's up, Justin? Low C DBXLE got continued. They're more than likely just redoing a few little parts and pieces on it to come out with another one. I can't see them just completely removing that vehicle, but they're probably doing new livery on it, just like what they always do. They'll discontinue something and then come out with version 3 or 4 or whatever. What metal tube chassis crawler base do I like? All my chassis are built by Addictive RC, Travis Vance. I'll see this weekend. I have to get some work done before bed. Go get it, Enlighten. Does anyone have an old set or two of parts of RC Super Bully lightweights? Huh. I've never seen them. If I was to get anything from RC 4-wheel drive, I would like to get a set of those Rockwells. Or what do they call them? They named them something else, but they're a nice looking axle. Probably not very durable, but the little Rockwell looking axles. That's what I would like to get. Just to build like a scale old school monster truck kind of thing. Just something to sit on the table. The third member you can easily fix, right? Arma 223S Centons, hot racing. Okay. See, Super Bullies. The K44 axles are good. They're durable. LMT V2 should be coming soon. I keep hearing about that, but I haven't actually seen anything from it. Maybe I haven't been talking to the right person. Maybe I need to. Super LMT would be awesome. Yes, check out the new HPI Venture. I've got the little bitty Ventures up there. The other Venture, man, I just didn't want any part of that thing for some reason. ChatGPT Florida comes in number 2 out of 50 states with the most spiders. Well, yeah, I'm sure we're in a tropical climate, of course. That doesn't mean they're just swarming everywhere, you know. Soon. Tropical and subtropical Florida foot spider, including banana spiders, golden silk, orb weaver, black widows, brown widows, wolf spiders. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Rift V2 should be coming out soon. Horizon shows out of stock for all rifts now. Okay, I need to take notes on what I need to ask about, see if I can get some insider information. And if they told me anything, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys. You know, we can't divulge, secrets like that. Bit of like a Rockwell style LMT axles. I don't think he's interested in a Rockwell style axle. That hot girl we went out. HPI, that hot girl 10 years ago. That is getting old and weird. Don't we all get old and weird though? Sure, the DBXE has discontinued. Oh, apparently I need to turn this off. I left that radio on. Horizon showed DBXE as discontinued now, and that makes me sad. Don't be sad, Justin. I'm sure they'll come out with something else. Love the lizard. Now, dude, I do have a whole. The lizards, you'll get a bunch of little ones. They grow up, have kids, and then poof, they're gone. And then it's like a whole life cycle back there. I think I think they cycle through about 4 or 5 times a year, to be honest with you. Who makes the best plastic beadlock for track? Says old 40 series beads and tires that fit the best. Buddy, I have no idea. I maybe somebody in here does. There's 79 of you guys in here. Do any of you guys know what um what would be a good tire wheel for that 40 series? I do not know anything about that. So now the lizards that I have are just the little green lizards. We've had them ever since I've been in Florida, which has been half a century. Justin, yes, I've got the Reese cheaters, and they are a pretty good tire. They are. They're just a little fat though. If they were skinnier, I think they'd be a little bit better. Iguanas. Well, the iguana helamon, I guess it fits right in, doesn't it? If this was green, I think it would have been a lot better, a lot more suitable for that. Right now, I want to find myself a nice lizard Pokemon sticker and put on here. Yeah, they got lots of those. I mean, Helamon, Pokemon, it kind of, works. Sign a page where people can share their executioner. Yeah, on Facebook, executioner, Exocaged RC on Facebook. There's a whole group. I like the 40 series from Axial. They fit pretty well on the Summit. They look brown on camera. Some of them are a little bit brown, but most of them can be green. Well, if they are in the rocks, they're kind of brown, or in the concrete because they kind of blend in. But if you catch one when it's not on the concrete, then they'll be green like this, man. I mean, they'll be green. They don't change like a chameleon, but they will change colors a little bit. I have had some of them get on vehicles and ride around for a few feet. Think of them raising the price on after already publishing a lower price. It happens, buddy. It happens. I think these higher prices are going to be temporary, though. I think so. Like the inland Florida women. Will, Marcus, I can't tell you no on that one. High calorie baddie. Oh, there's a few of those around here. Trying to make plastic beadlocks the last few months. I love the old. When it comes to the Capra UTB 18, I made an insert for those tires for these stock wheels. And man, I sell 2 to 3 sets of those every week for these stock wheels. So people are keeping the stock wheels on these things. I figured I was just making this and I'll be lucky to sell a set, but they sell. Now I do have them priced at $24 a set of 4, but honestly, it's a small tire. It doesn't take very much filament. So let them run. I don't think we have any pythons here where I'm at. All right, RC Doctor, catch you later. Huge Summit with some. Now, I had a Summit years ago, and I had a set of tires. Let me see. I've got a set around here. The big, massive tires, right? I've got a set of them things around here somewhere, but I'm not going to dig for them. But they were massive. They were like 10-inch tires for that thing. And I'm not talking about the Jumbo Kongs either. It was a different tire that I had. They looked almost like a BFG crawler almost. It was not the Jumbo Kongs. Favorite custom cage that you have on RC? My favorite custom cage, that right there, the Rift by Addictive RC. Yeah, these were like a big military tire. So yeah, not those though. Not those. Ooh. Try this right here. Hey. They might be RC four-wheel drive. They're a really tall tire though. You built a Wheelie King? Is it nitro? It's about the same size as the huge Mudslinger. All right. Okay, you just restored it. Yeah, those are part of history now, aren't they? I think they're in the shed out there. Possible rock crushers, but I know they were they make these look really small. They're taller than X Max tires actually, but I don't know. We'll find them eventually. They were cool. Wheelie King was what started the crawling movement. I think the Wheelie King, yeah, that, and people were building crawlers out of clodbusters and stuff like that. Which I couldn't imagine trying to crawl a clodbuster, but it was happening. It was a thing. How old when I got my first RC car? I'm not exactly sure. I do remember it though. I think it was from Radio Shack. It was a Camaro. I want to say it was about this big, and it was either orange or brown. I remember taking it apart. The receiver, ESC, all that was on one big board inside of it. Obviously, not a receiver like what we're used to at today's standards. But I remember I took it apart because I wanted to see what made it work, and I could not figure out how to put it back together. I know years ago I did have the Lobo. I had that. I did have a Grasshopper. I had the Grasshopper, and the motor was burnt up, but I had another motor that wouldn't fit it. So I took like, let me see, I found some plastic or something, and I made a motor mount on top of the car, and I found an airplane prop out of something. I put the airplane prop on the motor shaft, and it was an air-driven car. And believe it or not, it would actually run around on the porch. It actually would. Look, the fan was angled. I want to say the fan was angled like this right here. This is really working in my brain. But yeah, it actually was a fan-powered car. It did not have tires on it because I didn't have any tires to put on it, but it did have the hard plastic wheels that was left over from the tires. That I remember. Nowadays, man, you get you some drone motors and you probably run it fast like that. 8 AA batteries, best 6 minute. Oh yeah, Pat. Back in the day when you had all the nickel metal, yeah, you got 4 or 5 minutes out of a race. That was it. Red Tyco. I bought a set of Rooster X's paddles from my X Max in case we got a decent amount of snow. Good fear, I think I jinxed myself because we can't get more than a couple inches bummed. Man, I thought you guys would get a lot of snow. Tyco Turbo Bandit. Dude, I think I had one of those too. I think I did. My dad's biggest race. Yes. I had from Radio Shack, my dad got me the Malibu. It was a blue RC truck. It didn't have any suspension on it, but it had a gear selector for high and low, and it could do two-wheel drive. That was pretty neat. Beetle, actually got it when living in Florida outside of Daytona. A hobby shop. I have obviously a re-release Midnight Pumpkin, the Chrome Edition, and the re-release Clodbuster. I have that one. I agree. They do need to try a bit more. Now, the little trucks, the little 18 Ventures, actually a pretty decent little truck, man. The body work looks great. Good looking little truck. But I haven't seen anything. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to show some brass upgrades and this and that. And I'm like, sure, I can do that. Send them my address, all that, and I haven't seen anything. So I don't know. I don't know if HPI got bought and new owners wanted to bring HPI back in the spotlight. And like every previous owner of HPI, it just falls apart. HPI is kind of like dead with a heartbeat every few years, dead, heartbeat every few years. They used to be one of the top guys out there with the Savage Flux, all that stuff, but oh well. Offna. I had the Offna LX2E buggy. That was my first e buggy. Yep. Turbo HPI could be the twin vertical plate brand. Yeah, they could. Never had a drift car. I had an Offna GT2P. I had that years ago. I had those too, double A day. You had like one little switch forward, back, and turn. My stepbrother. Okay, Kevin. Catch you later, buddy. Yeah, let's talk about this property next door. Might be worthwhile to work something out. Hobo, yep. Savage Flux first. My Savage Flux was awesome. I put a really big motor. I did the Alza center diff conversion in it. At the Poseidon 1512 motor, the 1500 kV motor. Phenomenal motor for that one. I also had a 2028 in it. But it was LEM. They started making metal bulkheads for these things, right? I kid you not, about every 3 runs, I was having to change pinion bearings in that thing. And if you've had a Savage of any kind at all, it's not a simple job to get the bulkhead out. It's a major job every time. And I finally got rid of that thing. I was happy to see it go. Simple as that. Both the Bandit, truck, hopper, buggy. I think it was awesome for cheap buggies getting racing. Yep, that was it. The Offnet LX2E was $179, and that's what got me into e-buggy racing. All right, Kevin, catch you later, buddy. Yeah, I guess a top shelf. I remember when Tekin first started releasing their electronic ESCs. That was a crazy thing. Yeah, we'll see, Mir. Maybe. I mean, this is something that just came up recently. So, like I said, they're not in a hurry, but we'll see how it works out. RC King, yep. But Nico also made a Turbo Bandit buggy. It was white and a red one. Dude, Novak. I remember the Novak. That orange ESC, you knew it was a Novak, didn't you? One of my crawlers I had a Berg many years ago, and that had the Novak M2 Dig ESC on it. And that ESC was perfect. It ran perfectly fine. So yeah, in fact, I was talking to somebody the other day because they had a bunch of vintage stuff. I asked, "Do you happen to have an M2 Dig ESC by Novak?" He didn't. So the Novak brand is available to revive. Nobody's bringing Novak back. You got Castle, which is good for bashing. Tekin has a diehard fan base. But man, I think Hobbywing is the king right now. I don't think anything can come close to what Hobbywing offers, especially in the crawler world. That fusion, is just amazing. I mean, you got Holmes, Three Brothers RC, you got these guys out here that are making phenomenal stuff, just like this right here. But mass production, producing, man, that Hobby Wing Fusion is nice. That's why I'm so excited to get the 2-in-1 by Holmes. Can't wait to get that. 2300 kV 4S. Yep. He has really nice finish to the case even it's matte. Yes, it is. Hobby Wing is just got it. And heck, this Rift right here, it's got a Castle Monster X ESC and a Holmes Polar something in it. So it actually has a Holmes motor in my Rift right here. This one over here has got a Hobby Wing in it. Hobby Wings are in all kinds of stuff around here. Yeah, Tekins are known for that. That's why I said they have a hardcore fan base. But it's not a massive fan base. The Hobby Wing race stuff, I used to didn't like it at all. If I was going to race, I had a Tekin Pro 4 motor or Tekin T8 motor of some kind, and I raced with the Castle Monster X ESC. Before that was the Monster. I like the feel of the Monster ESC, the Castle, the power, all that. But at this point in time, I'll just go straight Hobby Wing. I mean, they've got virtually every option you can think of now, right? Justin Noble, you can have NSDRC. I can't do that. I had the first Team Losi car. Was it LRP? Was it the ESC? Man, there was a LRP acronym looking ESC, wasn't there? There was something like that. I do know about the Lenners. Those are really awesome. Hey, Brett. Was it LRP? Let's see. I do remember the other ESC that came on the scene. I know it was, I think, was Tekin some of the first ones to come out? Tekin, then Novak. I think it was LRP or something like that. I think I do remember that, yeah. Yeah, Leonard is still around, yep. Pat House is correct. Leonard is crazy strong. I was going to put one in my Raminator. Actually, no, it was going to go in the, it was in my Losi TLR 5B for a little while. But then the Max 4 came out and that got swapped. So, Shifts RC is good. I like Shifts. A lot of us run reefs, partly because there's 2 reefs dealers on site. You got Sean and me. Oh, Trinity. Is Trinity still making motors? Man, Trinity was like the top dog of motors years ago, wasn't they? Maybe a little more. Run LEM again. Bought some drive shaft by Summit. The pins was off center and could never get a new set. Well, is LEM still around? Are they still trying to make stuff? Motor sell for over $100. Dude, I've got a couple vintage motors from Trinity. In fact, Wally gave them to me a few years ago, and I still have them in the bin. So we got 22 minutes to go. Are we going to make it, or are we going to cut out early? Let's see here. So I've got the skid. It is done. this will go into the executioner tonight. Looking at this, it appears that I don't need to even adjust my drive shafts to put this in versus the OD3. So with that being the case, now this is going to have a lot more overdrive though. So it's really going to pull that back end around. And I've not messed with these portal gears at all. So these are right as it is. So I guess we'll see how that works. But 28% out of this right here. Red car. Those are. I've never had a serpent. Who's going to come out new from Vidavon? What's going to come out new from Vidavon in the crawler world? Right now, the current vehicles available, he's pretty much got everything taken care of. I mean, honestly, he's got everything. I know he's probably going to want to get his hands on a Helamon to make some stuff for that. I said F10 straight axle, would they be a good fit? If you can gear it down enough, yes, they will work. Buggy from it. All right, Jason Ritchie, catch you later, buddy. So it's going to come out new from the motor lathe. Now, I remember Wally telling me years ago, when you had like the factory motors that bracket racing or spec class racing, they would take these motors with channel locks, spin them up, and then grab the pinion gear and lock it, and it would actually allow the windings to rotate on the shaft just a little bit, and that would give them more timing. And he said that when they do this, you can hear it plain as day. But a lot of guys, but everybody was doing it, so it was kind of like just the way it was. The next major event I'm going to attend is going to be Zombie Palooza, and that's going to be, I think, in 2 weeks. That's at Tallapoosa, Georgia. Also Waco, Georgia. I'm not sure. I think they're both called this. I think the same place has 2 names or something like that. But that would be the Georgia Rock Zombies. They put on absolutely amazing events. I'm a vendor and a sponsor of that event. Plus, I'll be covering it, getting videos and all that. Not sure what all I'm going to take. I'm definitely taking an executioner because, obviously, right? Hopefully, I'll have all the new chassis in. I hope to have my links and stuff in. I'm trying to get Mias to send the links out. Also working to try to get some new competition axles. Anyway, the links and all that, I'm hoping to get those out. So if I get those out, I'll be able to offer full, kits again. With the chassis, if I just get the chassis, at least I can, you can buy everything and put the rear links on it, make some front links, I guess. Original Kyosho Inferno. If I was to get a Kyosho, I'm going to put it out there just to see if somebody may have one somewhere that's in good shape. I would like to get a good quality, in good shape, Kyosho USA 1 monster truck. I've only seen one, and it was late last year, and it was in bad shape. But I would like to get one. I'm not wanting to beat on it, but just kind of have it as a display next to my Clogbuster. Use when you're getting more axles and links in stock. I'm hoping, Clayton. I'm really hoping, buddy. What's the next major release for the big names companies for products? Well, you got company A doing this, you got company B doing that, company C doing that, and company D says, I couldn't tell you if I knew what they were delivering. Sorry. I've been seeing a few crawler channels bragging on your chest. Sean, I love hearing that, man. That makes me feel good. Dude, I like these. I let people drive this thing down at Cotton's, man. Um, I want the electric one, the one with two motors on it. I don't want that big 1/8 scale looking thing. I want the original one with dual motors, a motor in front of the axle, a motor behind the axle. That's what I want. Really, Pat? Kyosho re-released the original USA 1 monster truck? They have that one. Really? I may have to spend some money because I would like to get that truck. I really would and put it next to my Clodbuster. And if it's new, that would be oh, it's not dual motor. I want the dual motor one, the original one. I like the anvil body, but it's a little bit too much of a pancake for what I want. How much of a collection is that behind you? About 1/3. It might be a vehicle or two above 1/3, but I still have a lot more. I I can't fit them all in here and have workspace. I can't do it. There are still vehicles on the headboard of my bed. 6 of them, I believe. Traxxas sledgehammer. That was my very first Traxxas. Man, let me tell you my story. I got the sledgehammer. I believe it was a kit at that point. I put this thing together on the very first run, the little white output, the white nylon output that we used to dye back in the day, get the little dyes and dye them and all that. It split down the middle. Man, I was so heartbroken. At that point in time, there was no internet. There was none of that. I actually got Traxxas on the phone, and they had me fill out the little slip in the Traxxas book, or it was it Tower Hobbies or something like that, or maybe Traxxas. But I had to fill out the slip and write down what I needed to replace it, and then mail that in. And then a couple weeks later, they mailed me the part I needed. It's not like that anymore, is it? Man, not like that at all anymore. The re-released monster truck is not like the original, based off their monster truck that Joe had years ago. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. You showed us your collection. I can see 35 rigs. Your math ain't mathin'. Uh, you seeing 35? Are you counting all the little ones up top and all those? I've also got one big one over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that you're probably not even seeing. 17, 18, 19 that's in the trailer. Uh, yeah, there's quite a few here. Quite a few. Looks like a leopard. Well, we will hook your executioner to the sledge. Hey, man, I hooked up the moose to your tug of war. That was fun. I got one win and they got my butt handed to me pretty bad, but it was fun though. That was the moose. It's now my 4-wheel steer truck. I'm not sure where it's at. Is it here? I see the body over here. Yeah, it's over there. It just doesn't have the body on it. All right, Rob. Catch you later, buddy. The battery collection, too many. I probably have well over 200 batteries, and they're all manufacturers, all different brands, all kinds of stuff. Shawnee showed up 135 last year. See, I would like to do, like, say, No sound. My phone started ringing. Is sound back? Is it? Okay. I got a phone call coming through on the phone, which the phone I'm using the video. So that's what happened. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I got about 10 minutes to go. Should get a Kyosho phaser and put it. I had a Kyosho phaser called the Mad Bug. I got that thing and I did a lot of work to it, but I basically turned it into like a little racer crawler thing. So, yeah, turn that into that. It had TRX4 wheels and tires on it. 2 years, so yeah, that should be. I've been doing live streams for 2 years? Really? The H10 is a good trail truck. I don't see that as a competition vehicle though. If you want to competition it, do like what I did on, I'm not sure where it's at, my H10 Cushioner. Oh, right here. If you really want to try to compete with it, I highly recommend you do something like this with it. This is my H10 Cushioner. So, this, and I don't want to say this bad about H10, but this made the H10 worthwhile, and the only thing left from H10 are the axles. The rear top links are stock as well, but other than that, the axles are all that's in there from the Vanquish H10. So, yeah. Yeah, when I did my first live, apparently 2 years ago, I just did it kind of like, let's do a live stream. Yeah, Clayton, but hey, Vanquish has the VRD, which is one insanely good crawler truck. It really is. So, yeah, they got the VRD. The H10 is just, it's okay. So, all right, we got 9 minutes to go now. I'm going to count this down because I'm going to have to call back that number that just called. 2 years, probably 2.5 years. I'm on the first 100 subs. 100, man. When I first monetized, I had 129 subs. 129. I think I had 80 when I first started. 2017 when the Traxxas TRX4 came out, I shot a couple videos just driving it down the road. I think I had a Tekin Rock 412 and a Castle MMP in it. So it was a brushless TRX4, and that made the channel take off, which, or at least started getting views, put it that way. So kind of, sort of, you can say that the TRX4 Defender really kicked off the channel, which is, that's the truth, really. And then I started doing videos, 1 video a week. Then I went to 2 videos a week. And then 2019, I was like, I've got all these videos. I'm covered for 6 months. So I needed to get the videos out. So I started doing daily videos. And then the channel really took off. And somehow, here I am. I think I'm closing in on 4,000 videos, I think. Which when you did your first servo test, which is probably, yeah. The first, at the servo tester, dude, I found that. I'm not sure where it's at, but I found that the other day when I was digging around. I actually found that. I don't think it works anymore. I think the little fish scale is messed up, but I did find that. Raymond, what's up, buddy? TRX4s. I got 2 TRX4s. I got the I got 2 haulers. I got a Napa hauler. I got that one. Watching for 2.5 years. Talbot told me to. Woohoo! Thank you, Talbot. The Helamon right now is pretty much done, other than some different tires. I got these at the I want to say UST at the CSRTE this past weekend. So I got a set of big ruptures, and they are huge compared to the Baja Pro X's. I mean, I've got a Baja Pro X insert in here, and it's just simply too small. It is simply too small of an insert. So I got to come up with something, because I do get people asking from time to time about inserts for these. It'll be a lot easier to make a pro code to fit in this. A lot easier. I may already have one done for it. Ooh, if I do, that'll make it easy for me to do an upgrade video. The best tire for Axial Fast for the Helamon. For the Helamon, I'm probably going to run the, unless something crazy good comes out, I'm probably going to run the Baja Pro X's, to be honest with you. I mean, I might as well. H10 over a Helamon. The H10 and Helamon, they are two very different vehicles. I feel the Helamon is way better technical crawling than what the H10 is. The H10 is almost like a trail truck, hill runner truck kind of a thing. Kind of like a U4, which I guess the U4 is, yeah, that's actually what it is, isn't it? A U4 style truck. Has Axial said when you will be getting brass for the Helamon? Not yet. Hopefully soon. I want to do the rear steer. I want to put the ASD front, center, and rear, all of that. Kelly O'Neill, yep. Hopefully the new chassis will be in this week. I hope. I think Vidavon has already shipped, and that's where I'm getting my chassis from. I have another Vidavon ordered to go in Friday, and at that point, I'll be getting the 7075 chassis cross braces. I really want to have these things ready to go for some of these events. You know, I go to these events, I have all the chassis laid out, I have my bins laid out, all the individual parts, just like you see on the website, but it'll be right there in front of you. You can physically pick your parts and build your truck, which I think will be phenomenal. But I don't know, that's just me thinking outside, inside the box, around the yard, just thinking. It's like when I drive on these big road trips, 99% of the time, there is no radio, there is nothing going on. It's just me thinking about what's next. So, all right, so we got about 3 minutes to go. I see 61 of you guys watching, 64 now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And Pat House, the next buy. A Build-A-Bear crawler. Yes, build your own cutie. Build your own cutie. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. But yes, I want to have an assortment, all the parts laid out. Pick your chassis, pick your parts, and just I had the prices marked on them. And when you're at events, if we're talking cash money, I don't have to charge as much, because online there's a fee for this, there's a fee for that, there's a fee over here because of the fee for this, because of the fee for that, made this fee create another fee. There are fees for everything online, everything. And cash is king, because if you think I'm reporting $100, somebody paid me cash for a set of tires, think again. Not happening. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. And guys, thank you so much for the live stream. And I will probably have the other CSRTE video if you're a channel member. Do I have enough channel member? If not, it will be soon. All right, Stacy, catch you later, and I will see you guys at Crawlapalooza, Zombie Palooza. I will see you guys at Zombie Palooza soon, and it's going to be awesome. Hopefully, I'll be able to set. Oh, Stacy, while you're here, I need a 10 by 20 area for my booth because I want to set all of this stuff up. So message me or something to where I can get with you to get the booth space paid for, to get my entry and all that stuff taken care of. So if you could let me know something, it would be wonderful. So I'll catch you guys later, and you guys have a good one. Now I'm going to get out of this. Watch this. This is what you got to watch out for, this chair, okay? Awesome, Stacy. Thank you. When you get out of this chair, you got to watch it because there it is. See that? And if you think it's still there when you're going to sit down, you're going to break your butt bone. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.